So, just to kind of, how many of you guys already heard this story already? Show. Okay. Nice. Well, you're gonna hear it again. Because I don't have any other funny stories to share. So anyway, so for those of you who didn't hear earlier, so to kind of reiterate and kind of go into a tiny bit more detail, around 8 or 9 years old is when I discovered that I was different. And, you know, the word can't started coming up in my vocabulary when I saw my friends start doing baseball, other sports that involve your arms, like tennis or whatever it was, basketball, and I was like, huh. I looked down and I was like, oh, something's missing. Great, guess I can't do that. So, started doing that. I started saying the word, I can't do this, I can't do that. Well, you should try. No, I know I can't. And then, around 11, it wasn't like a super long wait, but I discovered this instrument, and I was like, ooh, I want to do that. So this was the first thing that I was like, let me see if I can do this. And my first drum teacher was like, no, we'll definitely figure this out. We can figure it out. And then I had another drum teacher. Oh yeah, we can figure it out. We can figure it out. And then, so my vocabulary, the word can't, suddenly switched into I can figure it out. It might take me a second, but I can figure it out. And so, that being said, it's taken me a long time. I'll be 25 in 2 days. So it's taken a long time from 11 to 25 to figure out all the things I can do. Like, I didn't know I could throw a frisbee. Someone asked me, and originally I said, I can't. And then, a couple years later, I was around your guys' age, and I was like, oh, if I do it like this, then I can throw it. Huh. Why didn't I do that earlier? So, nice, you're getting a phone call. So, anyway. So, back to that. So yeah, that's when I started to learn I can do stuff. I can do it. So it slowly rotated into going from going, I can't do something to let me figure it out. It might not be as quick as everyone else, but I'm sure I can get creative enough and figure it out. So that's kind of been the last few years of my life, is figuring stuff out. Now, because this is You Matter Week, and it's a really important thing, and actually the first time I was here, which was 2 years ago, I was like, this is a great idea, and where I live, they don't do this. And I think it's really important, so I'm stealing this idea and taking it to my hometown, and yeah, because it's a really important thing. And how I discovered right before this event, actually, a year before, I didn't know how much people mattered to me until they were gone. So a few years ago, it's 3 years ago now, my friend, who I know my entire life, happy-go-lucky, just always with a smile on her face, one day she was gone. So I was like, and by gone I mean she passed away, she took her own life. And I was like, I never knew the impact that she had on me at all. Like I didn't feel it yet until she wasn't there. And I haven't said this for the last couple of assemblies, but I'm remembering it now, that when she passed away, the church that the service was at, there was a bunch of people that were there that I hadn't seen in like 10 years. And she impacted so many people that there wasn't room for more seats. The majority of the people had to stand, just because there weren't any seats. There wasn't room to put more seats. And actually there was a small group of people listening to the service outside, because that's how many people she impacted. And so You Matter, as you know, cliche as it's all sounding now, because everyone's wanting to make a post about it and do all this stuff, but it's true. You do matter. Like, not just to your parents, not just to your family, you matter to, I'm sure, the person on your left, the person on your right. They impact you more than you think. right? You don't, and it's, I mean, I hope you never have to go through that, because that was honestly one of the hardest things in my life to go through, which is kind of funny because I'm armless and I had to figure a lot of stuff out. But that was the, like, honestly, that was the hardest thing I've ever had to do. So, but she helped a lot of people, and that's why the room that we were in for her service was full, like max capacity full. She helped a lot of people. The problem is no one knew that she had her own demons she was facing. No one knew that she had all this stuff going on in her head, you know? And that's the thing, you can, giving back and helping people is so great, because I use this analogy where the end of the drumstick, right, is the day you were born. The other end is the day you die. We're all somewhere on that journey, right? And in life, you can't win. Just like art, you don't win. You don't get the best painter award, or you don't get the best musician award. People can say that they're the best, but really it's an opinion. So there's really no winner. But, and that's the thing, like, we're not meant to do stuff on our own. What's the word? We like to be in groups as human beings. It doesn't matter how big the group is. It could be just 2 people, or it could be like 20 people. It doesn't matter. We're designed and want to be around people. And so if we do that, if we see someone who's a little bit, let's say it's math or history or whatever it is, they're not as good at it as you are, go back and help them. Because guess what? You probably weren't that good at it either. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with sports. You know, if someone has a really terrible golf swing, it's not because they suck. It's because they're just earlier than you on that journey. You have a little bit more experience with that sport. So why make fun of them? You know? I'm on YouTube and I've gotten so many comments that are just negative, like, oh, you suck, you know, you'd be better if you had arms. Like, well, duh, I'm agreeing with you. However, it doesn't need to be said. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason for that. There's already enough negativity in the world. Why do we need to add to it? Why don't we spread positivity? Why don't we do that instead? Because it seems like that's a little bit more rare for people to be genuinely nice to other people and not expect anything in return, you know? So, get help and be helpful. Is that the word? That's not the right phrase, is it?
Get and give.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's been a long day. Give help and get help. We all need help at some point, right? And honestly, and helping people is one of the things that I love to do the most. The way I help people is listen. I love to listen to people and try to help give advice if I can. But sometimes people just need an ear to listen. And I'm 100% sure of that. My friend 3 years ago, if she had someone to just listen and was comfortable with talking about it, whatever she was going through, then I'm pretty sure she would still be here. But now I have a story to tell you guys and show you matter. You know what I mean? You do matter to people. And you have the choice. You can impact people in a negative way or a positive way. I mean, it's your choice. But just think before you make a rude comment or say something bad to make fun of someone or whatever it is. Think about it. Just really think about it. Why not? If you're going to take the time to be rude, might as well just say something nice. Like I said, there's already enough negativity in the world. We don't need any more of it. So, but give help and get help. Make sure you help people, but make sure you're doing the steps to get yeah, my mouth stopped working. So give help and get help. Make sure you give help, but also make sure you're getting enough help so you're good and you can continue helping others. Make sense?